All right, welcome to another episode of Instigator Mick. I am your host, Mickey Jordan. We're giving you another edition here. We're talking not just football tonight. We'll also be talking about hockey because the NHL is back this week. So there's a lot to talk about in this show tonight. A lot to talk about for sure. Yeah, obviously this past weekend was not my weekend. Both my teams lost. Virginia Tech lost to Florida State, which I kind of had expected, but Bills Bills really stunk up one last week against the Jaguars. But then again, those jet lag, but I think they'll bounce back this week. I believe they can. I believe they can play better. I believe it. They're going to turn their season around this Sunday against the Giants. It's going to happen. You can't win them all, But yeah, other than those things, but it was a fun weekend. It really was. Got to hang out with my one buddy Max Yarvin. Watch the Steelers. Like the game with him. He was in town for his October break from college, so it was fun. We were watching football games. Like most of the 1 o'clock games we were watching, like mostly Steelers, but we also watched the Red Zone. But we were watching the 4 o'clock games. It was a good weekend, pretty much. But all right, let's get. And then the last week's college football picks, I lost the first time. I did bad in the college football picks for the first time. I finished 5-7, so it wasn't my week picking the college picks. Max actually beat me, so that's the first time I lost. I knew it was going to happen, and last week in the NFL picks, I didn't do so hot. I finished -1 in MSP NFL picks. I think I'm going to do better in these picks this week. But before I get into football, let's talk about the hot NHL season, how that's going to be. It just kicked off yesterday. Well, it's been a good start. Tonight, one of my favorite NHL teams. I'm more of a Sabres fan. But I also like the Vancouver Canucks. So I'll watch them tonight at 10 o'clock. That'll be the game I'm going to watch tonight. They take on the Edmonton Oilers. Player to watch in that one is definitely Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is he's like one of the best goal scorers in the National Hockey League right now. So that's going to be a tough one for the Canucks. But tomorrow, the Sabres kick off their season. They start their season tomorrow against the New York Rangers. That's what I'm really excited about. The Buffalo Sabres. I think is this going to be the year to end the drought or what? The Sabres are going to finally end the playoff drought. They had a good offseason. The Sabres had a good offseason, picking up some good players. Like the big defensemen. They got a couple of good defensemen. They made a big steal in the draft. That was as big a steal that was picking Zach Benson in the first round of the NHL draft. That was huge. So they did all right. They start the year at the Rangers. I'd say they're a playoff team. Or not more than that, they're a cup contender too. So I think the Sabres win tomorrow. Canucks, it could go either way. I think tonight Canucks, they're going to struggle against the Oilers. The Oilers are a really good team. But I think the Sabres will win tomorrow. They got to do it in front of the home fans tomorrow. And Saturday, they got a game against the Islanders. And then Tuesday night, they'll play on a nationally televised game on Tuesday on ESPN against the Lightning, where it was like a juggernaut. So those are the Sabres this week. I think they'll do all right. They'll at least win 2 out of 3, maybe all 3 during that stretch. It's a tough stretch. Rangers, Islanders, Lightning, those are playoff teams. That's a tough way to start the year. Good schedule, though. Good competition for the Sabres. Yep, I'm excited for them. I think they'll win the cup this year. I think. Maybe I could be wrong, but I'm very optimistic in this Buffalo Sabres team. All right, now let's get into football picks now. Let's get into it. This week's college football predictions here this week. Week 7 of the college football season. Let's start out with the noon games. Syracuse at Florida State. Florida State's. They beat my Hokies last week. They beat my team, unfortunately. I figured I was gonna, but Florida State did beat my Hokies last week. They'll win again easily. This is at home. They'll beat Syracuse. It's not gonna be close, especially the way Syracuse played against Carolina, against the Tar Heels. Yeah, so I think Syracuse loses one. I got the Florida State big. Another one. We got the Ohio State Buckeyes at the Purdue Boilermakers. This could be a trap game for Ohio State. They are still undefeated. Don't get me wrong, but playing at Purdue is tough. The last time they played in Purdue was 5 years ago. They lost. I remember that. They lost in Purdue. This is their trap game because they'll be more focused on the Penn State game. That's what they'll think about. But Ryan Day will have them ready. I still think Ohio State wins, but in a close one. I got Ohio State winning this one, but it's not gonna be close than most experts think. I feel like in that one. So give me the Buckeyes. Next, got Michigan State at Rutgers. Ooh, it's a tough one, but Rutgers. This is at home. Obviously, they beat my Hokies when I was at the stadium this year. But what I saw was a really good team in Rutgers back last month when I saw them. Michigan State's having coaching troubles with Mel Tucker and all that. Their coach got fired for for some sexual assault allegation or all that. So he got fired. So Michigan State's having some issues all season. So I got Rutgers. It's not going to be close. No offense to my family out in Michigan, but I had to go with Rutgers. So I'll take them. Next, we got Arkansas at Alabama. Alabama, I mean, I was doubting them last week, just like I doubted them against Ole Miss, and I was wrong again. So this week, I think they'll win pretty easily. Last week they found a way to beat Texas A&M. They'll beat Arkansas pretty easy. This not gonna be close. So give me the Tide. Roll Tide. I got that one. Alabama in that one. Now the 3:30 slate of games, the afternoon slate of games. Virginia. There you go. This is my game I'm looking forward to. Wake Forest at Virginia Tech. This is homecoming for my Virginia Tech Hokies. It's their homecoming game. Virginia Tech took a tough loss to Florida State, getting blown out. Wake Forest, meanwhile, they're up and down this year, 3-3. So this is evenly matched. But I'd say the crowd, Virginia Tech has the advantage. They have the home field advantage in this game, and it's homecoming. It's another sold-out crowd out in Virginia. So give me Virginia Tech. They'll win easily. Not easily, but I think they'll definitely win. They should win. They got the home field advantage in that one. So I like Virginia Tech in a close one. This one's an easy pick right here. Penn State hosting UMass. This is a homecoming game for Penn State. This is their homecoming game. Penn State, and UMass is so bad. They're always like one of the worst college football teams in America. So Penn State easily by like 30 or 40 or 50 points even. It's not going to be close. UMass is terrible. So Penn State will win easily. They'll be focused on Ohio State after that. They'll win easily. This one is going to be the best game of the week, I think, coming up right next. This next pick. Oregon at Washington. This is 3:30 Eastern time on ABC Saturday. Both teams are top 10 opponents, both undefeated. So this is a lot of implications on the line in that one for both these college teams. And this is where college game they'll be at. Well, I like this one. This is both high-scoring offenses in the nation this year. It's a tough one, but this is at home field advantage. I like Washington this one. Bo Nix is great, don't get me wrong, for Oregon, but Washington's got a better offense. I like the Huskies in this one. Another 3:30 game. Texas A&M at Tennessee. Tennessee, they're still one loss. Still early in the season to Florida. Texas A&M just took a tough one last week to Alabama. So who do I like in this one? I like Tennessee. This is at home. They'll win this one. It's going to be close, but I think Tennessee's got the better team in this one. On paper, if you look at it, Tennessee looks better than A&M. They should win this one. Next, we got Louisville at Pitt. Louisville's undefeated. 6-0. They shocked the world last week by beating Notre Dame. No one saw this coming. Louisville's undefeated. They're still undefeated, but no one saw it coming. This week, it's an easy one. Pitt is so terrible. One of the worst teams in the ACC for sure. 1-4. I think their coach's on the hot seat. I think this coach should get fired. That's by the end of the year. Pitt's been playing. So I got Louisville easily winning this one. It's in Pitt, but Louisville's going to win easily on the road. They're a really good team. I like them in this one. Next, we got Auburn at LSU. I kind of had trouble with this one because Auburn, you just don't know. They're kind of a weird team. And LSU's they got a big win last week over Missouri. This is in Baton Rouge. This is LSU's got home field advantage in that one. But I'm going to go an upset. I'm going Auburn with the upset this week. I don't know why. I like Auburn this week. I like the Auburn Tigers in this one. They'll win. They'll find a way to win this one. Somehow, some way. I got them this one. Give me the Auburn Tigers. USC at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's been 3-2. They've been struggling lately. They've lucked out against Duke, but last week showed they're just not good against Louisville. They just got outplayed in that one. And USC's a really good team. So I got the Trojans in this one. Notre Dame's gonna go 3-3. It's in Notre Dame. USC's just got the really talent. Caleb Williams is definitely, I think, is gonna win Heisman again. He's such a good quarterback. He might be the first pick in the draft, maybe. So the last game of this week's college football picks, before I get in the NFL talk, it'll be Miami at UNC. The Carolina Tar Heels, like I talked about earlier, they beat Syracuse pretty easily. Miami, let's get into the Miami Hurricanes. How bad their loss was pretty bad. They had a chance to end it. They could have taken the knee, but instead they run the ball. They had to force a punt or something like that. That was stupid. That was very stupid of Miami to do that. They had a chance to beat Georgia Tech, and they just bad coaching decision. I don't know what were they thinking. They should have won it. Not good at all, I'd say. So this week, I like the Tar Heels are going to win easily. Miami, their momentum is they don't have momentum going this one. They are just there's all they're going to think about is what they did last week. Bad decision making. So I like them in this one. I like the Tar Heels in this one pretty easily. And it's Saturday Night Football now. Now let's get in the NFL picks this week. Starting with the Thursday night game, the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. That's tomorrow night. The Chiefs are favored by 10.5 the spread, so I had to pick the spreads, pick against it or whatever. I think the Chiefs will cover. I was thinking about taking the Broncos, like thinking the Chiefs won't cover, but this is an Arrowhead. This is in Kansas City. Chiefs will make it look easy. They've kind of got lucky last 2 games, but I think they're going to make a statement this week showing that they're still here. So it's like the Chiefs by covered 10.5 points, but they'll win by 11 points or more. Let's get into Sunday games now. This is another London game for the 3rd straight week. Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. The Ravens are favored by 4.5. Ravens had just an ugly loss last week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I couldn't believe it. That was my pick of the week last night, and the Ravens blew it for me. They had a chance to cover the spread. They had a chance to run away with it, and they just made bad plays. I don't know what happened. The Steelers' defense was just too much. I just couldn't believe it. But this week, I'd say the Ravens don't cover the spread again. I'm going to take the Titans. I'm going to take the points this one. Titans might actually win in London. I'll take the points this one. I like the Titans this one for some reason. It's going to be one of those games where the Titans look better than them. The Ravens kind of been struggling. Next, we got the Washington Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are favored by 2.5 points in the spread. Do the Falcons cover the spread? I'd say no. I got Washington this one. This is a bounce back week after getting their asses totally kicked by the Bears. It just looked bad. Justin Fields had a great game. DJ Moore went off 3 touchdowns, catching 2 or 3 touchdowns. Man, he went off last week in the Thursday night game last week. So I think it's a bounce back week for Washington. They're going to get it together. Falcons are up and down there. And they found a way to win last week against C.J. Stroud and the Texans by Washington. Speaking of the Chicago Bears, we were just talking about them. They'll host the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings are favored by 2.5, despite losing Justin Jefferson. I thought that should change. That should change, but I don't know. Who I like in this one. I think the Vikings will cover, and plus, Justin Jefferson's out for a while on IR, so I got Chicago. They're going to win again. I think the Bears win again. Justin Fields has another one of those type of games where he just at least put 2 or 3 touchdowns. He's going to go. He's having another game just like he did Thursday night against Washington. I think he's going to go off. So I like the Bears easily. Next, you got the Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals. This one is kind of tough because Cincinnati finally got a big win last week, beating the Ravens. It was a bounce back week. Jamar Chase went off. Joe Burrow, they look great. The Bengals look back to themselves, I think. And Seattle last week, they had the bye week, so they're coming off a bye week, so they got a lot of rest. But I don't know what I like in this one. It's a tough one, but the spread is fair 2.5 by the Bengals. Do they cover? I'd say yes. The Bengals are going to win again. They're going to beat Seattle, surprisingly. This is tough because I had trouble choosing this one. So I like Cincinnati in this one over. They'll win 2 straight. Yeah, next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Cleveland Browns. The spread is 49ers are favored by 5.5 points. Who am I going to take? I'm going to take the 49ers. That's an easy one. The Niners are just too much. They are just legit. They are the best team in the NFL right now. The Niners, they could possibly finish the year undefeated. I feel like they could have an undefeated season, in my opinion. They could. I could be wrong, but the way they look right now, no one can stop them. And it's in Cleveland this week, but 49ers are too much. They are going to win this one, and this is my pick of the week. Watch out, this is my pick of the week, the 49ers. They are going to just dominate Cleveland. That's my pick of the week this week. I got San Fran this one. Next, you got the New Orleans Saints at the Houston Texans. I had trouble picking this one kind of too. Last week, I doubted New Orleans, and they came out and shut out Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Texans, they look good too. Oh, CJ Stroud and everything. So they both are like starting to turn their season around, looking better. You know, who am I going to take in this one? I think the Saints will cover the 1.5 point spread. The Saints win by 2 or more. I like the Saints this one, even though it's in Houston. I like New Orleans. The way they made a statement against the Patriots. I like New Orleans to win again. So I'll take them in this one. This is an AFC South showdown here. The Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are the favored by 4.5 points. Colts took a tough blow last week. They won, but they're without Anthony Richardson. He's placed on injured reserve. Their quarterback's on injured reserve, so Minshew will get the start. Jaguars came off a big win over the Bills last week. We don't want to talk about that. I'm not happy about that, but I think the Jaguars will cover. They got momentum after that win over Buffalo last week. After 2 wins in a row in London, they'll win at home. They'll beat Indianapolis pretty easily, I'd say, unless the Colts shock me. So I like Jacksonville in this one. Oh, this is going to be this is really like a mismatch game, this next one here. The winless Carolina Panthers against the Miami Dolphins. This is in Miami. The Dolphins are favored by 13.5 points. Are the Panthers going to get a win this week? The answer is probably no. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I really would say the Dolphins. I really say the Dolphins win pretty easily. They'll win by 13.5. Or more. They'll win by 2 touchdowns. Panthers are just, there's no match for this Miami team. No match at all. Now let's move on to the 4 o'clock slate of games. The New England Patriots at the Las Vegas Raiders. Tough one here, eh? Because, the Patriots, they have 2 bad losses under Belichick. This is probably the worst season of Belichick's career. Raiders came off a big win Monday night against the Green Bay Packers, which I am happy about. I'm glad Green Bay lost. I'm enjoying the Green Bay failure. I'm loving it. Every minute of it. Seriously, Green Bay Packers are like the accident waiting to happen. They're just a bad team. You know how Stephen A. Smith hates the Cowboys? I'm like that with the Packers. I like to troll them every time. Green Bay is just so bad. And the Raiders are kind of bad too, but they looked a lot better than them. So the spread is 3.5 favored by the Raiders. Will the Raiders win? They'll win by more than that. They'll blow out New England. And Belichick's going to get fired after that game, I think. Raiders win easily. See you later, Belichick. I think you should not coach after this Sunday. Next, we got the Detroit Lions at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. This was originally supposed to be a 1 o'clock game, but that got flexed, moved to a 4:25 game. The Lions are favored by 2.5. The spread. Will the Lions cover? Answer: yes. They'll win by a field goal. They'll cover the spread easily. It's in Tampa Bay, but this Lions team just looks just unbelievable. They dominated Carolina last week. They've had 2 dominating wins, beating the Packers and the Panthers last 2 weeks. Who could stop this Lions team? As well, 49ers are the best team in the NFL, but still, this Lions team is starting to get up there too. Or starting to be, I think, a Super Bowl in the Super Bowl conversation this year. I'd say Lions are Super Bowl contender. Lions win this one. They'll win. They'll beat Tampa Bay. Now you got NFC West matchup. The Arizona Cardinals at the LA Rams. Who do I like in this one? The spread is 6.5 favored by the Rams. I'd say they'll win. They'll get back on track. They look better than everyone thought they'd be this year. They're doing better than most people think. Cardinals, they're still bad. They're still, without Kyler Murray. Now James Conner's injured, so he's out for a while. So they got a lot of injury problems still. Joshua Dobbs is all right, but I like the Rams this one. They're so good. They're just good. This is the second game Cooper comes back. They'll win easily at home, except by a touchdown or more. The last 4 o'clock game, the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Jets. The spread is favored by 6. The Eagles are favored by 6.5 points. Do they cover? The answer, I think yes. I think so. The Eagles will cover. The Jets are playing better, but I don't know. This Eagles team is just too much. Zach Wilson's going to have a long day dealing with that Eagles defense. Eagles win pretty easily. Oh, baby, I can't wait to get in this next one. I know Jacob. Shout out to my buddy Jacob Spears, who's watching Spears Bills Talk. Check out his channel; it's great. But me and him are going to do a show on Friday, October 20th. Make sure y'all tune in for that. It's going to be a great time doing that. But I know he's going to like this one. We're going to talk about the Buffalo Bills hosting the New York Giants, and the Bills are favored by 13.5 points right now. Do I think they cover this week? They'll easily win. They'll easily cover this week. I'm hearing the rumors now that Daniel Jones might not even play now. What I heard today. And the Bills are going to wear their color rush jerseys. I found out today as well. So the Bills are wearing their color rush jerseys. This is Sunday Night Football. This is in Buffalo. This is going to be an easy one. The Giants don't stand a chance against Buffalo. Yes, Bills have had some injury issues right now. Milano on IR, placed on IR today. Trey is out for the year. So we're having a lot of injuries on defense. But Von Miller, this is his second game back. I tell you one thing, this Giants O-line is going to have a long, long day dealing with them at Bills, like the Bills defense. Von Miller and company, Leonard Floyd, ooh. Give me the Bills easily. They'll win easily by 2 touchdowns or more. They'll win and put up 40 or 50 points. This Giants team sucks. Well, last but not certainly least, the last game to pick this week. The Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Chargers, Monday Night Football. The Cowboys are favored by 2.5. Who do I like in this one? Who do I like in this one? I'd say the Cowboys. I had trouble picking this one. I wanted to go with the Chargers, to be honest with you. Where the Cowboys played last week against the 49ers. But then again, that was the 49ers that played. They'll respond. They'll beat the Chargers by a field goal. Or maybe less than that, but I still think they'll cover at least. I'm hoping to have a better week in this my Uncle Mike's football pool here. But I like the Cowboys in this one. So, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next Wednesday. And also tune in next Friday night on October 20th when me and Jacob Spears do a, like Friday night talks about the Bills, whatever. Just enjoy it. Oh, I got a call coming in right now. What's going on?
Is this Instant Data Mickey?
Yes, it is.
I have 2 football jokes for you.
Oh, I can't wait to hear these.
What does NY stand for the Giants?
That's a good.
Next year.
That's true. That's what it means next year, because the Giants are done.
And I'm thinking about a second joke. The other joke is the Patriots.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear this one.
The joke is the Patriots.
They are so bad. Belichick might get fired after this game, I feel like.
Are you watching the Sabres tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait for the Sabres tomorrow. Well, I'm excited for their hockey season.
You're doing a great job on your show.
Absolutely. I'm glad I'm getting the support from you and many others.
And can I tell a message for your subscribers?
Yeah.
Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for Instant Data Mix.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm excited for our next week's show.
Thank you for letting me join.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. That's right. Oh, yeah. So that is Spears Bills Talk. I just called me there. Definitely thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next week, next Wednesday at the same time, same place, 8:30 p.m. Hit the like, hit the like button, and also subscribe too.